Dr. Doreen 𝗟𝗓𝗂 is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen 𝗟𝗓𝗂.
Dr. 𝗟𝗓𝗧'𝗦.
Dr. Doreen 𝗟𝗓𝗂.
Dr. Doreen 𝗟𝗓𝗧'𝗦 is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen. My 3-year-old son was recently potty trained, which I'm so proud of him and the dedication of his RBTs to help him complete this task. Woohoo, good job everybody. He has been using the potty in all situations and has not had any accidents now for 6 weeks. The problem is he is saying, I need to go to the potty as an escape or to get access to his tablet. We used the tablet when we were training and it's still being used. My question, I guess, is when using behavior as an escape and or getting access to something, do we tackle them both together or separate, or should we be fading out the tablet altogether? I'm not sure how to approach this, and his BCBA is out of town until next week, and thank you so much for all you ladies do.
Thank you. That's such a wonderful situation to have, and I just love it. It's a quality problem. I think, and by the way, I just think this is so cute. Like, I don't know, it's one of those things.
How smart is this kid?
It's so
He has
adorable.
figured out how to hack this,
Yeah.
and I want my tablet, and I want you to get out of my face, so I'm going to give you a thing that you said you wanted last week.
I love it.
It's brilliant.
Like, it is. It's
college
like,
material.
It is totally, totally. So I would just, no, I wouldn't get rid of the tablet. Whenever you have a powerful reinforcer, use it. Don't get rid of it. This is a powerful reinforcer. What I would do is it sounds like he still gets access to the tablet when he goes to the bathroom, which is totally fine. Make sure it's time limited, because you don't want him sitting there for 5 minutes each time, right? So you need to time that. But also, what is he saying to you? He's saying, I love my tablet. I want my tablet. So why don't you produce another space somewhere else, like let's say in his room, which has a cozy corner with a beanbag and a tablet and whatever else, and use that as a reinforcer, so that like when he asks for, and teach him to literally ask for quiet time, calm time, leisure time, you name it. But this is so effective for our kids, and you don't have to give it to him every single time, but you can use it. For instance, you can, when he's doing work, and I don't know if he's doing any kind of ABA.
He's got RBTs.
He has a BCBA and RBTs, so he must be. And if, for instance, if he's doing natural environment work, you could put a timer on it. And for instance, every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you can say, what do you want? If he's doing DTT, you can do it based on number of trials and say, if you do, 10 trials, you can pick your reinforcer. Let him pick, and certainly give him the opportunity. And if it gets to be too much, just thin out the schedule. Just reduce, say you now have to do 20 trials in order to get 2 minutes of iPad. But give him a different region with the iPad, with music, with other types of reinforcers, because you always want to vary the reinforcer. But certainly don't deprive him of it. It's a powerful reinforcer. Use it.
I'm so excited because I get to work with, I get to work with 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗍 Miyake again, and I love him. And CJ was the king of this. The way he would do it, because there's the thing called the preference assessment, before they do something. And so he'd go, he would say to Jem, okay, we're gonna do something in just a second, but what should we do when we're done? What do you want to do when you're done? Do you want to play video games, or do you want to go to the tennis courts and shoot your Nerf gun? What do you want to do when we're done with this thing that we're about to do, whatever it was? And maybe he would tell him, maybe he wasn't, maybe it was a surprise. But then Jem would be all hepped up. He's like, oh, I get to play Nerf guns with you? Oh, I want to do Nerf guns. And he'd go, okay, then we're just going to do this. And he wouldn't tell him how many trials. Like, he especially came in to work on the shoe tying, and he would go, all right, so we're going to do this, and he'd go through the steps with him, and he'd go, can you do this? And he goes, okay, now we're going to race. We're going to see how fast can we do it. And so they would race and try to do it, and then he would go, okay, can we do it again? And he would get him to do like 15 trials of doing his shoes, because he knew he was getting a reinforcer, because he made it fun, because he was clear with everything. And then he'd go, okay, now we can go play with the Nerf guns on the tennis court. And it was just so much fun. He would ask for CJ to come back. And that's the kind of thing that you guys want it to be. And if he had a thing where he could go, oh, I want downtime or whatever you want to call that, where he can go then he doesn't have to go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
But also be careful, like as you're saying this, it made me realize, like, these things lose value if the child has access to them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, in that case, if Jem could just run over to the tennis courts and play by himself, it would lose value. It wouldn't be an important reinforcer. So make sure your child doesn't have access to those things all the time.
Yeah. You got to meter it. Don't forget, you can watch Ask Dr. Doreen live every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. We hope to see you there.